You will only start to achieve true success and actually live a life that you want to live when you build a true desire in your heart. And you stop lying to yourself every single day and telling yourself that you're going to do it next week, next month, next year, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and do it now. Because the truth is, the reality of this world is everyone is average. Everyone says they will do it, but they never do it. And that's why the world is depressed. That's why there's so much hatred in this world. That's why there's so much anxiety and depression in this world. Because people are so weak. Their minds are so weak. They quite literally torture themselves. They dream of and think of this life that they want to live so bad, but they genuinely never do it, even though they could. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you are, how old you are, how you look, I don't care. You can do it. All you have to do is simply do. You have to take action. You have to stop lying to yourself and stay consistent every single day. That's all it is. Right? But that all starts with a desire. What is a desire? A desire is a fire in your chest. It's that burning sensation in your mind that doesn't allow you to sleep, that keeps you up at night because you want something so bad. And that something should be achieving your higher self, your most highest self that you can be. Because in general, there are millions of versions of yourself. If you can think of it, there's literally millions of versions of yourself. You can think of yourself being a singer. You can think of yourself being depressed, sad, angry, rich, successful. You can think of all those versions of yourself. If you think of it right now and try to imagine it, you can do it. The funny part is you can achieve any single one of those lives. You just have to simply do what needs to be done. If you want to live the life that you want to live, you have to vividly imagine it. You have to think of it every single day, and you have to truly desire it. You have to want it so bad that no matter what you think or how you feel that day, how tired you are, you do the work anyway, right? Because at the end of the day, everyone is tired. Everyone's going to say they don't want to do it. But are you really going to let your emotions and how you feel stop you from achieving the life that you so badly want to live? I don't care who you are watching this. You can think of right now the life that you so badly want to live, whether it's retiring your parents, traveling the world at 18 years old, whether it's buying that car or saving your family from financial crisis. You can think of the life that you want to build, right? That's the fun part about it, is that you can think of it. And if you can think of it, you can achieve it. All life comes down to is belief. It's all how bad you want it and how much you believe in yourself to get it, right? Because think about it like this. People who don't believe in ghosts are not going to get possessed. They are not going to be fearful when someone knocks on a door in the middle of the night, right? Because they don't believe in ghosts. They're just going to say, oh, it was the wind, or oh, it was the air conditioning, and go back to bed. People who believe in ghosts, they're going to fucking be scared. They're going to open their door, go outside, go check, be scared, whatever they do, right? Belief is so strong. You guys don't understand how strong it is, okay? Now, if you put that into your life, if you start to attach belief into your life, you will achieve everything that you've always ever wanted. Any success that you want, any life that you want to live, you will achieve it if you believe it, right? Because if you believe it, it exists. All belief is you knowing that it's there, is you believing its existence. So if you can think of that life that you want, if you can think of yourself being successful, sit there with your eyes closed and imagine yourself living the life that you want to live. It's already there. It's happened. It's true. You've already achieved it. You just have to do it. You have to simply put in the steps in order to get there, right? And you may ask, what steps do I put in? How do I start? Everyone says, how do I start? The reality is, man, no one's going to help you start. It's all up to yourself. And the whole thing about this world is that it's all about skill. The most richest people on this earth, the people that have achieved true success, they are good at something, right? They picked a skill that they wanted to do, and they learned it and they mastered it. So, if you put all those things together, right, having a true desire, right, believing that you can achieve whatever that desire is, and picking a skill that is going to get you there, you have already won. Your existence is real. You exist for a reason. And your mission in life should be achieving the best version of yourself. It should be achieving the life that you want to live, building the future that you want to build, right? Because if you don't, what's going to happen? You're going to be regretful. And I promise you, you do not want to die with regret. Me personally, I don't know what that's like, but I'm so scared of regret. You guys don't understand. That pushes me so hard every single day. Because what if I die on my deathbed, knowing that I could have lived the life that I want to live, but I simply didn't because I didn't want to, or I didn't feel like it, or I was too scared. Imagine that feeling that you get. That would simply kill me. Right? That's why I work the amount I work. I literally get up some days. I get on my computer, tell myself I'll work for a couple hours. The next thing I know, it's dark outside. Right? And that's because I'm genuinely scared of failure. You have to have belief, but you also have to be scared of failure. You have to be scared of not achieving success. Because if you're scared of it, you're going to go away from it. Right? If you're scared of something, you're not going to go to it. If you're fearful of this thing, you're not going to go to it. So if you're scared of failure, you are not going to fail. There's no reality out there of you failing because you're scared of it. You don't want to get to it, and you tell yourself that you're not going to fail. So what's the next option? You win. That's how easy life is. Stop overcomplicating success. Stop overcomplicating working and making money, living the life that you want to live, because it's so very simple. You simply just have to want it so bad and figure out a plan to get there. Pick out a skill that's going to allow you to get to that success, and you will get there. And the reason I can talk about this, the reason I can say this, is because I have full conviction to do so. I was not perfect. I was such a bad person mentally and physically. I was procrastinating. I was lazy. I was in the weakest version of myself a couple of months ago. Quite literally 5 months ago. I had no money to my name. My mindset was the worst it was ever been. I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I wasn't desiring bad enough. Right? So my life obviously wasn't good. But it wasn't until I told myself that if I don't start, I will never win and I will never live the life that I want to live. That I started achieving true success and seeing the progress literally being made right in front of me. I can say this because I was literally the person 90% of people are nowadays. I hated working. I hated facing the work. I literally looked at my desk almost every single day knowing that all I had to do was sit down and type on my computer, talk to people, but I didn't want to do it. I knew what I had to do to start achieving the life that I want to live. I knew exactly what I had to do, but there was a version inside of me that literally stopped me. Because I knew that I had to start sacrificing things. I knew I had to isolate myself. I knew I had to work countless hours on my desk when I didn't want to. I knew that I would have to go through pain, embarrassment, criticism, failure. I knew that. Which is why I didn't start achieving success as bad as I wanted to. And there's no secret formula to success. There's no magic thing that you have to do to start taking action. It all starts up here. Everything is controlled by your mind, and if you have a weak mind, you will simply not achieve anything. But you know what the good part is? If you have a weak mind right now, you can change it. You can start changing your mind, reprogramming it to become the highest version of itself that it can be. Because like I said, I had a weak mind, I was a weak person, but I built my mind. I stayed consistent. I started seeing results which pushed me past failure, past tiredness, past laziness. It was so easy to win once I built this thing up here. And the truth is, I'm not anywhere near where I want to be, but I'm getting there, right? Because success isn't overnight. That's another reason why people quit. They think success is some overnight thing that they should get it if they put in a week of work. It doesn't work like that. Success is not an overnight thing. Success is a long process that you have to stick to no matter what, and then God will reward you for the work that you have put in. I genuinely and truly believe that I'm one of the hardest and most passionate workers there are out there, all because I have a strong desire. I know why I want to live that life, and I believe in myself. I quite literally imagine the life that I want to live at the end of the day, at the end of my life, every single day. I envision it every single day. And if I believe that I can get there, there is no choice that I have but to win. Failure does not exist if you don't believe in failure. Stop looking at failure as this end thing. It's your termination. failure is quite literally learning. When you fail, you learn. And what happens next time when you try the same thing? You win. Failure does not exist. So take that completely out of your mind. Take failure as a bad thing out of your mind and replace it as a good thing. Failure is good. You should fail, right? You should be failing more times than people are trying. Watch how fast your life changes when you start to like failure and you start to like the learning of failure. Your life will literally start to scale and grow faster than you've ever believed it could. And it's amazing to see. I turned 18 about 2 months ago, and when I did, I promised myself that I will do whatever it took to live the life that I dream of every single day. Because at the end of the day, you have been brainwashed to thinking that everyone's a winner, everyone wins, no one fails. That's not true. There are failures on this earth, but there are also winners on this earth. But you know what the good part is? You can choose which one you want to be. You can choose to either win or fail. Now look, those two pathways are completely different. One looks amazing at the start. It's bright, people are going inside of it, laughing, it's amazing, they're having so much fun, dopamine is at an all-time high. But as you go further and further, you start to see the lies and the sadness, because when you do get to the end of it, you live with complete regret. Now the other one, it's completely pitch black, it's completely dark, people are crying, they're screaming, they're in pain in it. But when you get to the end of it, you are living the life that you've always ever dreamed of. You are happier than ever. One is winning, one is failing. Now look, since life is about choice, what I want you to do is choose wisely. Because I'm telling you right now, you have free will. God put you on this earth for you to choose. Because life is all about choice at the end of the day. You choose whether you want to win or fail. But I want you to choose wisely and very, very carefully. Because yes, you can choose the route of being like everybody else, of being average, right? And necessarily, average isn't a bad thing, right? It's very comfortable, right? And a lot of people are fine with that. But that's because they don't have those dreams that you have. But the other choice is to, go through pain, go through blood, sweat, and tears, have a hard time. But the reward is a feeling that I can't even describe through words. It's something that you have to feel yourself. But I promise you, when you feel that feeling, you will thank yourself for all the pain and the sleepless nights that you've put yourself through. That's what I had to do to myself. I had to simply face the work and tell myself that it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna have to do it anyway, or else I will be a failure. I told myself that I had to do all that hard work, but that reward at the end of that hard work, that blessing that God will give me when I finish, will be the best feeling that I will ever feel. I can see it every single day. I'm just simply doing what I need to do in order to get there. Because again, success doesn't come overnight. But I'm truly blessed to be an 18-year-old kid who is traveling the world, right? Living the life that he wants to live, talking to the people that he never thought he would talk to, going on random walks at 4 in the morning, helping and talking to you guys in a random high-rise in the middle of Brickell, Miami, all because I did what I needed to do. So if I were to leave you off with anything right now, it would be to truly desire the life that you want to live, envision it and think of it every single day. Act like you've already gotten it. Picture yourself living that life and simply get good at a skill that is going to take you there. Get on that boat that is going to take you across that water till that island that you don't see, but you believe that is there. That is all you have to do. And I promise you, behind full conviction, that you will achieve true success. The mind is that powerful, and it will control your future. It will control whether you break or make your future. So again, choose wisely. Be smart about what you want to do in life. Fear failure and fear regret. And work harder than you've ever worked before, because you have the capability of doing so. You are no different than any successful or rich or person that has achieved everything they've always ever wanted. You are no different. You are simply another person out there with a mind that can quite literally conquer the earth. You just have to choose to do so. There's so much more I want to say. There's so much more I want to show you guys. But again, it's only the start, and I can only fit this into such a small video. But for right now, I'm going to turn this off, get in my bed, sleep, and live another life of absolute love and obsession tomorrow. Start working hard, start desiring the life that you've always ever wanted, and never, ever, I repeat, ever look back, because I promise you it is going to be well worth it. Now, Get up and start crushing it. I'm gonna catch y'all.